Hello, all my beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Top Tier Tutor, where we cover all things Magic. Today, we have a very fun, cheapo upgrade guide. The rules of the game are this. Swap out as many cards as you want. Do not go over $30. That's it. Today, we're going to be going over one of the decks from the Fallout series. We are going over the Hail Kaiser deck, a Mardu deck. And I am joined today by my usual co-hosts, Kit and Jordan. Jordan is going to be helming this upgrade guide for the Hail Kaiser deck, and then later on we get to play it and see how good he did with his upgrades, and maybe some things he might swap. Before we jump into this upgrade guide though, I've got to give a quick plug to our Patreon page, which is live now. Go ahead and check out our Patreon, guys. It's an awesome thing that helps to support the channel. Every single member of our Patreon gets cards every week, and they ship out at the end of the month, so if you like the idea of getting Magic cards and supporting the Magic community, check us out. Anyways, let's jump right into this, and I'm going to let Jordan take over.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hail Caesar.
Yes, Hail Caesar, Hail Kaiser. Depends on what faction you're from in the Fallout universe and how to pronounce it. But just like what Tyler was saying, Hail Kaiser is a Mardu deck, which means it comes at you hard and fast, kind of like Tyler. Anyway, this deck that I'm building, I really wanted to focus on the token generation. And the best way to do token generation is to add a lot of creatures. So some of the cards that I picked to create more tokens, creature tokens, Krenko, 10 Street Kingpin, creates goblin tokens. The stronger he gets, the more goblin tokens he makes. I have War Leader's Call. Creatures that control get +1/+1, and when creatures enter the battlefield, I get to burn 1 damage to each opponent. Hero Blade Hold. When it attacks, I get to create 2 1/1 creature tokens. Alenda, the Dusk Rose. When she dies, I can create X amount of 1/1 white vampire creatures based on her power. So she gets bigger, and when she dies, I create a ton of tokens. Police, Reverent Medium. At the beginning of my upkeep, I get to create spirit tokens, where X is the amount of tokens created this turn. So you can just kind of see how it just snowballs to create this massive army. One of the reasons why I want to create all these tokens is that Kaiser's abilities is I get to sacrifice another creature, and then I get to choose 2 of his abilities. So I can either create more tokens, I can draw cards, or I can deal damage to the number of creature tokens that I have. So the more tokens I have, the more damage I do. I can draw a card. So a lot of really great synergy in that. A couple other cards that I decided to put into this deck: Aurelia the War Leader, 3/4 Flying Angel, Vigilance, Haste, and when she attacks for the first time each turn, I get to untap all creatures and have an additional combat phase. So I'll be swinging at people with a ton of tokens and just hit for a lot of damage. Another creature that I decided to put into this deck is Commissar Severina Rain from the Warhammer set. A lot of it is because whenever they attack, each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. So if I have 50 tokens, I gain 50 life, and my opponents lose 50 life. So it's a great way for me to have a win con right there. Another one that I put in here that I think is going to be really awesome is Ishin, 2 Heavens as 1. If a creature attacking causes a trigger ability, I get to trigger that additional time. So a lot of the things on here have attacking triggers, and so I wanted to be able to have that trigger multiple times. Impact Tremors is another one. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent, so another burn tactic, create a ton of tokens and do a lot of damage. The last card I added was Bajuka Bog. This is one of Tyler's favorites. I feel like it's in all his decks. And it's very annoying to have your entire graveyard just gone. So to return the favor, I thought it'd be great. So that way, when Mothman tries to bring cards back from his graveyard, guess what? You can't. Sorry, Kit. So those were some of the cards that I decided to add. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the cards that I decided to add?
Some good picks, especially with all the token generation creatures. That's something that's going to really fuel Hail Caesar, Caesar's Emperor, or Legion's Emperor. I think as far as the strength of this deck, with a lot of those additions, it is going to definitely go up. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that there's some good additions in there. You know, if this was a little bit more of a like not one of our cheapo upgrade guides, there are definitely some token doublers to throw in there in white that would synergize really well. All right, well, we've gone over what you added, so let's hear what does not make the cut for you in your El Kai Caesar man deck.
Hail Kaiser, Caesar, whatever. So a couple cards that I picked are tough choices, just like Kit. I hate having to remove some of the Fallout cards because that's the whole point of the Fallout decks is to use these Fallout cards. But with my focus being on creating tokens, some of these just had to be removed. So a couple of cards that I picked: Mr. House, President and CEO, which is the alternate commander for this deck. Mysterious Stranger. The Nipton Lottery was another one that I decided to remove. Butch Deloria, Tunnel Snake. Overseer of Fault 76. Ruthless Radrat. Talisman of Conviction. Talisman of Hierarchy. Talisman of Indulgence. Charisma Bobblehead, and Diamond City. I know Kit's shaking his head. I'm not a big fan of having to take damage, especially because one of Kaiser's ability is that I lose life to use one of his abilities. And so, you know, I'm just not a big fan of losing life. I would like to use it as a resource. I'll expend it when I need it, but those talismans just hurt too much for my personal taste.
The one point of damage is too much.
The one damage.
I mean,
it's too much.
Just throw a little bit of lifelink in there, and then there you go.
There you go.
That one.
A little bit of lifelink in a token deck can definitely go a long way, especially if you can give all your tokens.
Oh yeah.
No, I do like this list. I think it's a good list for what's going in, what's coming out is interesting. It will be fun to play these decks. We will be playing the Fallout decks standard, how they come out of the box, and then we are going to upgrade them with guides that we're going to play. Hopefully, here soon, you'll get a chance to see how these decks play on their own and how they play with our $30 cheapo upgrade. And we will see that comes out on top. Keep an eye out for our other guides, guys, and keep an eye out for our Fallout content, which will be coming. Until then, thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We do have our Patreon live. Check that out. We are doing a giveaway to our first 20 patrons that sign up. We Flame game coming from the Karlov Manor set. We are also
a strong one.
What we do, we also do card giveaway every our patron. If you're a member, get a card every week. You will get a card every week shipped to you at the end of the month. And there's some good cards in there to have the opportunity. Some Watery Graves, there's a couple Brewvacs. There's definitely some great cards. So make sure that you head over to Patreon, check it out. If you like what we're doing here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the page. Get yourself some cards and let's go play some Magic.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.